When you dine out, you expect a good meal, not a side of food poisoning, creepy crawlies, or corporate scandals. Yet across America, some seemingly popular restaurants have served up exactly those nightmares. Today, we're counting down 7 restaurants where you might want to think twice before ordering food and dishing the jaw-dropping true stories behind why. Let's begin. Chipotle Mexican Grill. You know, the place where you can watch them make your burrito bowl while feeling all healthy and superior to McDonald's customers. Well, it turns out those fresh ingredients came with some very unfresh surprises. Between 2015 and 2018, something sinister was brewing behind those glass sneeze guards. It started innocently enough, a few customers here and there complaining of stomach issues after their lunch. But then the numbers started climbing and climbing. By the time health officials finished investigating, over 1,100 people across multiple states had fallen seriously ill from eating at Chipotle. Here's where it gets absolutely wild. In one Boston location, an employee literally vomited while working. Did management send him home? Oh no, that would be too sensible. Instead, they kept him on shift. And 2 days later, this same sick employee helped prepare a catering order for a college basketball team. Dozens of those young athletes ended up in the hospital. Can you imagine being a parent getting that phone call? The investigation revealed a pattern so disturbing it reads like a horror movie script. Employees were pressured to work while sick, even though company policy explicitly forbade it. Food wasn't kept at proper temperatures. Basic hygiene protocols were ignored. One location had staff members handling food with the same gloves they'd been wearing while cleaning toilets. The consequences were swift and severe. Chipotle ended up paying a record-breaking $25 million fine, the largest food safety penalty in U.S. history. But the real cost? Trust. Customers who once lined up around the block for those famous burrito bowls suddenly found themselves crossing the street to avoid the brand entirely. Number 2. Burger King. If you thought Chipotle was bad, wait until you hear about Burger King's little extra protein problem. And when I say little, I mean literally little, as in rodents the size of your thumb, scampering across hamburger buns like they own the place. The most infamous incident happened at a Delaware location where a customer captured video of 2 mice racing across packaged sesame seed buns in the kitchen. The footage, posted on Facebook with the warning, "Don't go to Burger King," racked up nearly 800,000 views and became an instant viral sensation for all the wrong reasons. But here's what really makes your skin crawl. When health inspectors rushed to investigate, they found mouse-drop hamburger rolls on chicken sandwich buns, behind fryers, near the ice machine. They even found evidence that the mice had been gnawing through plastic food packaging like it was an all-you-can-eat buffet. The Delaware incident wasn't an isolated case. In Texas, another Burger King made headlines when employees shared photos and videos of dead rats and mice scattered throughout the kitchen. The images were so disturbing they went international, picked up by news outlets around the world. What's particularly nauseating is how some franchise owners responded. According to employee whistleblowers, one manager allegedly told staff, "As long as we are getting paid, we don't care about the rats." Let that sink in for a moment. They were literally willing to serve you a Whopper with a side of rodent droppings as long as the cash register kept ringing. Number 3. Subway. Now, let's talk about the place that built an empire on the promise of fresh ingredients and healthy choices. But what happens when the main ingredient in your sandwich becomes the subject of a 3-year legal battle over whether it's actually what the menu claims it is? In 2021, 2 California customers filed a lawsuit alleging that Subway's tuna salad wasn't tuna at all, but rather a mysterious mixture of unknown ingredients masquerading as fish. The case gained massive attention when the New York Times commissioned independent DNA testing of Subway tuna samples. The results? No detectable tuna DNA found. Imagine walking into Subway, ordering your usual tuna sub, and later discovering that what you thought was tuna might have been, well, nobody could say for certain what it actually was. The internet exploded with theories. Was it other fish species blended together? Chicken? Some kind of plant-based protein designed to fool customers? Subway went into full crisis mode, launching a website called subwaytunafacts.com to defend their product. They insisted their tuna was 100% wild-caught and suggested that the DNA testing was flawed because cooking at high temperatures can break down genetic material beyond detection. The legal battle dragged on for over 2 years before the plaintiff finally dropped the case in July 2023, citing pregnancy-related health issues. But the damage to Subway's reputation was already done. The company reported spending over $600,000 in legal fees defending themselves against what they called reckless and improper accusations. To this day, some former Subway customers haven't returned, unable to shake the nagging doubt about what's really in that sandwich. Number 4. Wendy. Wendy's has long prided itself on fresh, never frozen beef. But in 2022, it wasn't the beef that caused problems. It was the produce that was supposed to be the healthy part of the meal. Over 80% of the victims had recently eaten at Wendy's. In total, 97 confirmed cases of E. coli infection were linked to the outbreak, with dozens requiring hospitalization and some developing serious kidney complications that could last a lifetime. We're not talking about a few upset stomachs here. This was the kind of bacterial infection that can permanently damage your organs or, in worst-case scenarios, kill you. The suspected culprit? Romaine lettuce. Yes, that same leafy green that health experts are always telling us to eat more of. Somewhere in the supply chain, from farm to restaurant, that lettuce became contaminated with a particularly nasty strain of E. coli that turns your digestive system into a war zone. Wendy's response was swift but telling. They immediately removed romaine lettuce from menu items in affected regions while the investigation continued. But for customers who had already consumed the contaminated produce, it was too late. They faced weeks of severe illness, medical bills, and the long-term uncertainty of what permanent damage the bacteria might have caused. The outbreak served as a sobering reminder that even the most innocent-seeming ingredients can harbor deadly dangers. For many Wendy's customers, the incident shattered the illusion that fast casual dining was somehow safer than traditional fast food. Number 5. Mr. Beast Burger. Sometimes, the biggest disasters come from the most unexpected places. Enter Mr. Beast Burger, the virtual restaurant empire built on the fame of YouTube superstar Jimmy Mr. Beast Donaldson, who has over 170 million subscribers and a reputation for spectacular stunts and giveaways. The concept seemed brilliant. Leverage Mr. Beast's massive online following to create a delivery-only burger chain operating through ghost kitchens, essentially other restaurants cooking Mr. Beast-branded food. Fans rushed to order novelty burgers promoted by their favorite YouTuber. What could go wrong? Everything, as it turned out. Soon, social media was flooded with horror stories, photos of raw, undercooked meat patties, cold and soggy fries, orders missing ingredients, and even moldy buns. Customers called the food disgusting, revolting, and inedible. Words that actually appear in Mr. Beast's own lawsuit against his business partner. The situation became so dire that in 2023, Mr. Beast himself sued the company running his burger brand, claiming the abysmal quality was irreparably harming his reputation. The lawsuit, included customer reviews describing the burgers as a terrible meme burger and too gross to eat, along with viral photos of pink, uncooked chicken and beef being served to unsuspecting fans. The problem stemmed from rapid expansion without quality control. The brand grew to over 1,700 US food so appalling it looked like it belonged in a garbage bin rather than a delivery bag. It reached the point where Mr. Beast himself tweeted that he can't guarantee the quality of the burgers anymore and expressed disappointment in the product. Number 6. Golden Corral. Buffets occupy a special place in the food safety danger zone. All that shared food, sitting out for hours, communal serving utensils, and the constant challenge of keeping everything at safe temperatures. But even by buffet standards, what happened at one Golden Corral location was absolutely shocking. In 2013, an employee named Brandon Huber at a Golden Corral in Port Orange, Florida, became a whistleblower and posted a viral video showing trays of raw meat and cooked dishes sitting outside by the restaurant's dumpster. Not near the dumpster, literally next to garbage bins, with flies buzzing around hamburger patties and racks of ribs baking in the summer heat. According to Huber, management was hiding the food outside during a health inspection to avoid violations, planning to wheel everything back inside to serve to customers once the inspector left. Picture this. You're enjoying what you think is a fresh rack of ribs, not knowing it spent the afternoon marinating in dumpster fumes and fly eggs. Golden Corral's corporate office scrambled to respond, claiming it was an isolated incident and insisting none of the dumpster-side food was ever served. They fired the manager responsible, but the damage was done. The video racked up millions of views, and the phrase dumpster ribs became permanently associated with the brand. It also raised uncomfortable questions about what other restaurants might be doing when they think nobody's looking. Number 7. Denny's. Our final stop takes us to Denny's, America's classic 24/7 diner where you can get pancakes at 3 a.m. and nobody judges you for it. But at one North Carolina location, the Grand Slam came with some uninvited protein. In 2022 and 2023, a Denny's in Charlotte repeatedly failed health inspections due to a cockroach infestation that seemed straight out of a nightmare. During one inspection, officials found a live roach inside a container of vanilla crepe filling. Yes, an actual cockroach swimming in dessert sauce. The inspection reports read like a horror story. Live roaches behind the cook line, dead insects in food pans, roaches inside coolers, and even mouse droppings in the waitstaff area. One particularly disgusting detail revealed that roaches had been found in the ice cream machine the previous year. The violations extended beyond pest control. Improper food storage temperatures, no certified food safety manager on site, and no soap at hand-washing sinks. This wasn't just a bug problem, it was a complete breakdown of basic sanitation standards. The restaurant earned failing grades on multiple inspections, and local news had picked up the story, and images of roach in crepe filling dominated headlines. These 7 cases represent more than just isolated incidents of poor management or bad luck. They reveal systemic problems in how some restaurants prioritize profits over public safety, how corporate oversight can fail at the franchise level, and how quickly things can spiral out of control when basic food safety protocols are ignored. What's particularly troubling is the pattern of cover-ups and denials that emerged in several cases. The financial consequences have been severe. Beyond Chipotle's record-breaking $25 million fine, these restaurants have faced countless lawsuits, massive cleanup costs, lost revenue from temporary closures, and immeasurable damage to their brand reputations. Some franchise locations never recovered, closing permanently after their health scandals became public. But the human cost is far more significant. We're talking about thousands of people who suffered serious illness, some with lasting health complications. Families whose trust in food safety was shattered. Communities that lost faith in restaurants they had patronized for years. Most restaurants, to be fair, operate safely and take food safety seriously. The vast majority of dining experiences end with satisfaction rather than sickness. But these 7 cautionary tales remind us that vigilance matters, that corporate accountability is essential, and that sometimes the most innocent-looking meal can hide the most dangerous secrets. The next time you're deciding where to grab a bite, remember these stories. Check those health inspection grades, trust your instincts if something seems off, and maybe think twice before ordering from places where corners might be cut when nobody's watching.